For sure, LARPs have this advantage that you can experience the game with all of those senses. It's basically immersing fully for the whole 3 days in a different environment, in different stories. You know, you don't have your phone, you don't know what time is it. You basically leave your normal life behind and trying to live the character's life. I remember that I found some food rations, but I didn't tell anybody about that. I was afraid, I was happy, there was a lot of tension, so full spectrum of emotions. So it's really unique experience, I think. It was my first LARP, so everything was new for me. I was surprised by how people are, how well they are playing. They are playing their roles. I was surprised by the whole spectrum of emotions that was there. My character was a lawyer that was closely connected to the gang members. So basically, I was not a normal gang member, but someone, you know, who is more sophisticated a little bit. And it was great to read this whole, you know, character with all of those details, with all of the story. It was very well written. I had some like connections in this character sheet with other characters, which was great. But after the game and during the game, I was also impressed by how different those characters are from different parts of London, with different backstories. I think as a new player, I have some difficulties with playing the role, but I hope that I managed to play it well. And it was really easy to be immersed after, you know, few hours, after 1 day. So we were entering at night on the whole set, and it was it was really impressive. So there was a generator in the middle, and the generators, I believe it was turned off. We had to turn it on. We were sleeping in the tents. The tents were quite warm, fortunately, but what was quite cool in the sleeping in game was that the generator was humming the whole time. So it was really pleasant to sleep close to the generator in those tents, listening to this generator humming. With this effect, I have also quite cool realization that after, I think it was the 3rd day of the game, and I was going on an expedition or something, and I stopped to hear this generator humming, and then I realized that this sound for me was sound of safety. I remember one situation when there was one of the last expeditions, and of course there was not enough food, not enough coal. So on this expedition, we organized this expedition like it was 4 gang members and one family member. And from the start, we assumed that we will threaten this family member, and we will take all of those, findings to the gang. It was our initial assumption. But during this expedition, we found some other threat. We found other people. The whole expedition finishes that there wasn't any food ration, and during this this threat, this little battle, this family member saved my life. So for me it was very, very emotional. Like, we assumed that we will do something bad to him, while during this expedition this family member basically saved my life. He ran for help for us. So it was, emotional roller coaster. It was very personal, and I remember it well. In game we also have this mechanic that the city is struggling with some food scarcity or other resources scarcity, but experiencing that from the first perspective, from my perspective, was totally different thing, and it was really, really cool for me. There was a canteen that I could eat, although eating in game and eating off game was also totally different, two experiences. You as a player could decide that this is the moment you're dying and you're finishing the game. Although you can decide, so you could play more, and it was really cool because some players were like, okay, this is the finish of my story, this is finish of my character, this is a good moment to die, and they were deciding, yeah, to finish their character at this moment, while the others, especially at the beginning of the game, yeah, play like instead of dying, they play heavily wounded or heavily sick, so, and they continue to play later. So this was very convenient, and yeah. So it's really unique experience, I think. For me, it's also, you know, the opportunity to see the game from different perspective, but we don't know ourselves basically until we are set in such harsh situations. So I think it's also an occasion to find something about ourselves during the game. I personally believe that city should live, the city must not fall, the city must survive, but you know, this is the kind of question that every player should answer themselves.